back, Hot Wheel collectors and die-cast enthusiasts, to another episode of Curtis Garage. Just wanted to show you this little video, kind of warn you that there's these people out there that aren't very good. This guy here has appears in 1969, very rare vintage Hot Wheel with the white interior. He's asking a pretty big penny for it, so let's go over to it and zoom on it and take a look at some of the pictures of it. Everything seems to be pretty good. Okay, here we go. Right there, we see the vintage stamp with the Hot Wheel logo, which they didn't have on the original 68 Red Baron. Also, those rivets are newer. And the other thing is, it says 1969, there's a China stamp, which these were only made in the USA and in Hong Kong, USA and Hong Kong when they first came out. So this guy clearly is trying to rip off somebody who's not knowledgeable. So I'm here to give you some knowledge. I'm going to take a look at a couple of other ones for you. Some things for you to look at. Here's the splitting image. Appears to be a mint condition Redline splitting image. And the first thing that we see on here, warning sign, is the Hot Wheel logo right there. They didn't have those on the earlier original Redlines. And then also on the bottom you have a stamp there. I think that says 25th anniversary. So you know right there that it's not, and also that it, if I can get it somehow focused, it also says made in China, which it was not. So they were Hong Kong, US only during that time. Next up, we got here's a nice mint condition looking Nomad. Looks like it has the Spectre Flame paint, and you might be going, wow, okay, excellent score here. I'm going to give this guy $25 for this mint condition vintage Redline. And you see that there is no Hot Wheel logo on there, so it must be old. And then we flip it over, and we see 25th anniversary stamp right there, and also made in China. So we know that this is really only probably maybe a $5 mint condition car, maybe less than that, probably $5 on the card, and maybe only a couple of bucks if you bought it. There's another one. This one's pretty interesting. This has a lot going on here. This one here, first of all, they didn't have Spectre Flame in a gray or charcoal gray, whatever color you want to call this, and they also didn't have tampos with these red and black pin lines on here. So right off the bat, you know that that's a newer reissue. And then, you know, of course, we look at the bottom, and there's a Hot Wheel stamp right there, which they didn't have back then. They just had Hot Wheel stamped in like vertical, or in all capitals, just like how the Mattel is stamped on there. It would say Hot Wheels. And also it says Malaysia there, and these were made in Hong Kong and USA only. And I'm not going to keep repeating myself that, because you guys know that as we go through here. And here's what appears to be a mint condition pink Chevy Nomad. There's that Hot Wheel logo on the rear panel there. So we know red flag, boom. That's not a vintage pink one. It would be worth a lot of money if it was. So the jerk would probably ask a lot for it and try to dump it off as something that it isn't. And there's the vintage stamp, and Also, let's see, let's take a look. I can't see if that also says made in China. Yeah, there it is, made in China. No, it's hard to see, but you guys get the drift. So, there's that. Here's what appears to be a mint condition Diora, which is one of the first Sweet 16 cars that came out in 1968. And so, what do we know? We know that it has a Hot Wheel logo on the rear panel, so this is definitely a reissue. And we also know that if we flip it over, let's see, there is a vintage stamp right there between the rear wheels, and also made in China. So we know not to pay top dollar for that. And I would say, honestly, these reissue ones, or whatever you want to call them, are, if they're loose, they're probably maybe $2 to $3 car. I wouldn't really, I think in a package they're probably only worth $5 or $10. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't pay personally. This one here, you see the Hot Wheel logo on the up there by the doors on this whipped creamer, which is a gorgeous car, great to collect. I mean, I'm keeping them, and I open them up out of their packages because I still think they're pretty neat, but I just, I don't want you to get ripped off, so I don't know if anybody's ever showed you this stuff. A lot of new collectors out there. There's a stamp right there that has the vintage stamp on there, and also it's made in China, so we know that that's not correct. Still a cool looking car, but definitely not a high-end dollar. Here's a, if this was a, I don't even think they made pink Red Barons in 1968, so right off the bat you know that that's not even a legitimate car. You don't see the Hot Wheel logo on this. That is pretty nice, pink, mint, and then but you flip it over, and you see if there's something on here. Oh yeah, up there at the front axle, you'll see that there's a vintage logo, the Hot Wheel Flame. That Hot Wheel Flame thing didn't come out until later. So the earlier ones just had, like I said, had all capitals, Hot Wheels stamped on there. And yeah, they didn't have that logo until later. Okay, here's a demon here in this nice kind of burnt orange or copper, whatever you choose to call it. And we don't see a Hot Wheel logo on this one, so at first glance it appears to be a mint condition demon. And we flip it over and check the base, and up there, 25th anniversary, made in China. Here's another demon. This is an enamel red. In 1973, they were all enamel. I'm not sure if you all know that, but in 1973, the Hot Wheels were all enamel. There were no Spectre Flame. But this one, anyhow, you see the Hot Wheel logo on the roof. So we know it's not a reissue. And then we'll flip it over. And here we go. There's that vintage logo. And there's the made in China. So nice looking cars, but you don't want to spend real Redline prices on something that's only a few years old. Let's see what we got here. Here's just one more quick look at another Demon. This one's Spectraflame green, really nice condition. No Hot Wheel logo on it. So just remember, it has a Hot Wheel logo. You know that it's newer and not worth much. And also, if there's no Hot Wheel logo, flip it over. Check the base. If you see the vintage stamp or the 25th anniversary stamp as this one has, or made in China, not Hong Kong or USA, you know that is not something you want to pay more than a couple of bucks for. Now here's a this is actually a blister pull, and I think this was from the either vintage or 25th anniversary series cars. This Muttmobile, and I've noticed I have a few. This one was right out of the package, and all the paint shipping on them like that. I don't know, they used some kind of crummy paint or something. I'm not sure why I see so many like this, but sometimes you find this Muttmobile without the roof. So, you know, something like this, if you found a pretty decent looking original, you can just take this off and then put it on your original, and you'd have a kind of a complete Muttmobile, which you would know that if you sold it, I would think you would let your customer know that the roof is not the original. But anyhow, it's just a thought there, and let's see. There we go. I'll flip that over. And yeah, there's that vintage logo. And also these rivets are newer. I can tell. Original ones were kind of a domed rivet. These are more of an oval, flat. Round, flat. I should say, not oval. Here's a nice Mustang. Here's that Hot Wheel logo on the back. Now, some people might rub those logos off to try to trick you into making it seem like it's newer. I'm not sure how hard that is to do. But anyhow, so be careful of that. So if they did rub it off and try to sell it to you as a vintage new one, then just make sure you check the base again, and make sure that that stamp's not on there. And call them out. Let them know, hey, dude, this is not vintage. Why are you trying to rip me off, man? It's like a $2 car. You're trying to get 70 bucks for it? Right. Here's another nice pink Vicky. And yeah, if this was a real one, I would not have it because I couldn't afford it. It's probably triple-digit car, probably somewhere higher, probably in the $500 range or more. This one you saw, it has the pink, or has the Hot Wheel logo in the back. And they're nice cars. I mean, I keep them because I like them. They're nice to display. I'd rather display these instead of my real ones that I keep in my jammers in little plastic bags, and keep them because they're more of something that's more valuable, where these are, they could display them and they fall or scratch or whatever. It doesn't matter because they're only a couple of dollars. But they look nice. And let's see real quick. There's a really nice olive green one. There's that Hot Wheel logo on the back. And so yeah, they look nice, and they display very nice as well. But you don't want to see like that guy I just showed you in the beginning of the video on eBay, trying to rip people off and selling it for a way ridiculous price. And I think I'm going to call him out on it. Just, you know, I would say that guy maybe he doesn't know any better, and that, but he's not. I mean, he knows better. That if he knows that there's a white interior, the one that's rare condition, then he knows that that one's not the original one, and that's a rip-off. So here's the Sweet 16? No, yeah, the Sweet 16, which is a rare car to get in the original. It's also part of the 1973, so it's a rare car to get in decent condition. This one here, no Hot Wheel logo. So let's take a look at it. And look at here. Now this one's interesting because it doesn't say, you don't see the 25th anniversary or the vintage logo. So how do you know? Well, right there it says China. So you know that they weren't made in China until much later. So these were, so right there you know that this is a newer one. So if it's not Hong Kong or USA, then you know that it is a reissue. Here's a twin mill. Now this one with the scruffed up kind of paint and stuff, at first glance you would think that you got yourself a nice light blue twin mill Redline. I mean, this is how really you would probably find an original Redline in this type of condition right here. But no Hot Wheel logo, but still, bottom of the base is metal, and there you go, 25th anniversary. So that is another reissue. There, look out for. Let's see real quick. Here's another Redline looking car. It's not a vintage Redline. It's a nice looking car. It has the Redline wheels on there, but there's the flame, so you know that that's not legitimate. And there's the stamp on there. It probably says, what does this say on there? It's hard for me to read on there. 2002 or 2012 Mattel. So you know that that's a newer one. Plus they didn't make anything. They didn't make that die cast then. So just some stuff to look out for. Here's another interesting car here. This one here is a pretty neat looking. Red lines look neat on there. Hood's missing. But this is actually not even a Hot Wheel. This is a Johnny Lightning. So you could, you know, very well think like, oh shoot, here's a sweet Redline, and it's not even a Hot Wheel. So yeah, all kinds of things. Just make sure that before you pull out your wallet, you definitely look over the car and make sure it's up and up. Here's another pretty nice looking muscle car. The Redline wheels on it. Like kind of a nice looking Charger. And it's got a nice opening hood to it. Pretty bitchin' looking car, but it is a Johnny Lightning, not a vintage Hot Wheel Redline. So anyhow, I hope this helps you guys, and just don't want you to get ripped off. And anyways, happy hunting, and take care of each other.